Welcome to another episode of Dungeons & Dragons Tome of Annihilation, starring your game master, and everybody else is still muted. Oh god, okay. Hold on.
Deafened us.
Sorry. Hey!
Oh, okay.
Woohoo! Audio issues for the win! Yay!
Hooray!
I got it out of the way now. So, welcome to another episode of Tome of Annihilation. Excuse me, quick recap. Those that already read it, yes, we're on Chult. There's dinosaurs. Bad things are happening. Is specifically people that have died before are not able to resurrect anymore and waste away to nothingness. So we're on a quest to try and remedy that ultimately. But there are lots of little hitches and side quests along the way. One of which was in an effort to try and find a necromancer which may be responsible for this plague. And that led us to Kashcah, which is a place where there's a lot of bird folk, or Arokh. They're very helpful, very nice, and offered to teach us to fly for a few days via some magic ritual. But it requires an ingredient by a black orchid that is not far away. Not to mention that there is some human royalty, or Chultan royalty, rather, currently being protected at Kashcah. So, that's pretty much where we left off. Nerevar will not be able to join us today. He is unavoidably detained. So let's start off with our GM.
Hi.
Kashcah. So,
Yep.
and then just going around anti-clockwise, we have Rorax.
Hello.
And she is playing a Centaur Cleric. The name of...
That I am.
Aelia?
Name of Aelia.
Aelia, okay. And Nerevar, who will undoubtedly be staying behind to help his royalty, whom he is really having his new royal girlfriend, princess. He typically plays a human astral... Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the name of it.
He plays a Spacial sorcerer.
Spacial sorcerer. I'm thinking astral sorcerer. Spacial sorcerer with his Eidolon, Tobias and Arokh.
Yep.
Next to him we have Kellisto.
Hi, I'm Kellisto, and I am a half-elf druid.
Well done. And then next to her we've got Lyssa.
I am Valia Bonesmasher. I am a Lizardfolk Barbarian, and I have my bird companion, Flippy, which I think he's currently still on the ground somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Down with our, speaking of, yes, he's down at the base of the city that we're at because it's on a large rock face. On the ground with Vorn, our construct that we picked up along the way. And I'm playing Ulfgar, a dwarven bard, who's kind of a representative of the Emerald Enclave, who is trying to lead this expedition as best he can, though it's not doing so good. At least through his efforts. Everybody else seems to be doing just fine. I think that's about it. Kashcah, anything else you want to add, or just take over at this point?
Sure. I mean, well, there's not really much else to add, right? At the moment, I think you guys are just about to set out for Nangalore. You've been given directions to kind of head back to the riverbank and then follow the river down until you get to Nangalore. So, so that's they reckon it'll take you about 3 days probably to get there. 3 days of travel. So, I think. You decided to rest up at Kashcah for the evening. They'd supplied you with kind of a accommodation. Arokh had given up their beds for the night, and so you can stay in their place.
Oh, and they said that they would also send some scouts north to see if they could find our lost compatriots.
Yes. Yep, they're going to do that as well. As far as you know, the scouts have not left yet, but yes.
Okay.
Yep, they're going to go look, see if they can find...
Maybe they found the Dragon Bone Pit. A hard bait.
Yeah, you guys didn't poke around too much in there, did you? You could have found like.
Watch, they're gonna bring back a Atuar's corpse and be like, "Is this the dude you're talking about? We found a human. We didn't find a dragon, like a dragon man."
He evolved into the giant dragon bone.
So whenever you're ready. Kellisto, you wake up in kind of this dining room. You see a room you vaguely remember entering with the rest of the group, having some dinner with some Arokh, and after that there was a fair amount of kind of jovial activity. Maybe some songs were sung and some general kind of games were played. It was a little challenging because you didn't actually speak their language and they didn't speak yours, but then you wake up and you see, oh, there's an empty bottle of Tej in my lap, and I've got a bit of a headache, and I've been sleeping in this chair all night. That was not comfortable. So this is kind of where you wake up, and the rest of the group. You kind of walk into the dining room, maybe having a little breakfast before you head out, and find that Kellisto never made it back to her bed. So.
I'm just kind of sitting here going, oh God, what did I do? And then looking at the food going, oh, I should eat. Oh, I really don't want to eat.
Well, if she's up above, I think the rest of us went down to check on Flippy, I thought, in the morning. I can't remember.
Yep, because they had put together a bit of a harness for Aelia as well. Yay! To get downstairs a bit easier.
So I get up then, and I kind of look around, and I'm like, well, I guess I better go figure out where everyone went, since they kind of left me here. So I just kind of go wander off, trying to, can't really talk to anyone.
Well, as soon as you step out of the dining room, like outside of the dining room's in like part of the main monastery building. As soon as you step out there's an Arokh like frantically. Let's go then.
Then I rush over to him.
If he had a watch, he'd be like tapping
as fast as I can without, vomiting.
Yep, sure. So he'll give you. He kind of picks you up quite gently. He's got these kind of claw hands, picks you up and hoists you and flies, kind of glides down, to the ground with you, and you reunite with the rest of the party. So nothing lost there.
Nice of you to join us.
I'm back.
Did you have a good night?
I think so. Don't really know. Couldn't tell you, but. It certainly feels like it.
You look like you had a good night. Probably all tussled and everything like that.
Her hair might be sticking up at slightly odd angles.
Dried drool coming down the side.
It's like
I just have a bag that I'm putting like fruits and nuts in, so I could take it down to Flippy.
Okay. Whenever you guys are ready to head out, you have a good direction from the Arokh as to which way you should go to meet up with the river, and whenever you're ready.
Where is Tobias and Arokh? Did they stay up above?
No, they're coming with you.
Okay. Oh dear. That implies you'll be NPCing them. Okay. All right then. Unless anyone has any other stops to make, let's hit the road.
After
I
you,
just stand on the
Ulfgar, our
edge.
fearless leader.
Just stand out on the edge and hold my arms out, waiting for the bird to come grab me. It's like, okay, let's go.
Yep. So Arokh will do the same as well. Gives you a ride, kind of gently grabs you, and then does the whole glide down to the ground thing, and everybody is now back together.
All right. Sorry, by the way, I've got a cough drop in my mouth, so I will try to talk around it.
-10.
Where did you get that off from, Ulfgar?
Camp Righteous. I found it on a dead man in a toilet.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Kidding. All right. Well, lead on.
Wait, who are you saying this to?
He's kind of saying
yeah.
it to Valia because she's been the cartographer and navigator, I guess, or has it been like a cooperation between her and Kellisto? So to metagame it, I know Kellisto has the better.
When we're wandering around, I'm the
Right.
one. When we actually know where we're supposed, use a map, it's her.
Okay.
Yeah, they marked it on the map. I'm just floating down. The birds carrying me down. I'm like, well, what are you waiting for? I'm like yelling up as we're.
Let's go. Did you need to get your raincoat?
I look at him and I'm like, it'd be a shame if that bird dropped you on your head. Maybe you'd be quiet.
All right. So you can head out. It's actually there is no rain this morning in Chult. Well, no, at least on the east coast here. It's a rain-free morning. So you're certain actually that you can make it to the river, kind of by maybe just after lunchtime, and then make a little progress further down the river. Before you camp for the night. As you make your way through the jungle, it's kind of back to normal business. It's all the noises and smells and humidity of the jungle air, and dealing with the undergrowth, and kind of charging your way through the forest, the jungle there, and there's probably about a few hours into your walk. Sorry, sirens.
They're after us. Hurry!
It's the flaming fist. No, just
Green flag.
a few hours into your walk, you see up ahead a dinosaur, actually. It seems to be kind of munching.
Small, big.
On some vegetation.
Small, big.
And it
Numerous.
looks like a stegosaurus.
Really? I wouldn't know anything about Stegosaurus, I'd have to say. So
Okay.
I'd probably think that it's a threat one way or another.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I'm sure we probably saw them in the city, like when they were racing.
Oh, that's a good point.
yep, and towing stuff as well. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, for the visual, it looks exactly like a stegosaurus looks, right? Big plates down its back.
Cool.
Spiky
Is it
tail.
directly in our path?
It is up ahead, and actually, when you kind of all stop to look at it, see what's moving around in the undergrowth, and then you see the stegosaurus kind of amble out of the fern and kind of lower canopy stuff,
Mhm.
and then he just kind of looks over at you, and he
How you might speak with animals and kind of wave at it. I'm like, hey, are you friendly?
he takes a big bite out of the leafy vegetation in front of him, and he turns around to look at you again. He's got this big leaf in his mouth, and he's just kind of munching it slowly, compacting it into his mouth. It's just being sucked up like spaghetti.
I grab some of the fruit out of my pack and hold it in my hand and slowly walk towards him. Like, do you want some of this?
He definitely changes direction and starts walking towards you.
I'm like, Ulfgar, look, I'm making friends. Emerald Enclave, right? Just like giggle.
So
That's the spirit. Sorry, couldn't keep a straight face for that.
So a few seconds later, and he's right up, kind of in your face, Lyssa, and he's got this fairly kind of almost canine-like mouth at the front, just these big lips, and big nostrils as well, and he's nostrils are probably like as big as your hand, and he's just like right in your face, like sniffing you, like just sniffing all over your face. He's a little bit snotty, so you're getting like a little bit of dino snot on your face, and he's just sniffing you, and he's sniffing around your pack, and he kind of pushes past and heads towards the rest of the group as well, and does this routine with whoever is next in line as well. Valia, you do see that as he moves past you, that is a wicked spiky tail. If he whips that tail in the wrong direction, somebody's going to end up with a nasty kind of impalement going on. But he kind of ambles over to the next person and then does the same thing as well. It's just sniffing, sniffing you all over. Just kind of gives you a bit of a nudge with his
big lizard.
Do we think it'd be worth?
Just look at everybody else. Like, I guess he doesn't talk, but he seems friendly enough.
Do you think that he'd, we could tame these animals? I mean, how we were kind of looking at perhaps getting a Triceratops before, and Ulfgar definitely remembers the name of that kind because he was really impressed by it.
I don't see why not.
Do you think he might take to it? I'm not familiar with this type. Would they be good with carrying, like us, perhaps, or something? I mean,
look at the big bloody plates on its back, Ulfgar. I don't think you can really sit on that, can you?
I think you'll slide right off. And I look at him and look myself. I said, well, "Do I look like one of these guys?"
Well, I'd imagine
and I
I
just
could
look
fit in
at you
between.
like I narrow my eyes at you, like I dare you to answer.
It's like, you've been talking to it, haven't you? I'm asking you because you're talking to it.
He's not talking back.
Well, it is like with Ulfgar nattering away, right? The dino turns to Ulfgar and goes, "Roar!" Lets out this kind of deep, kind of.
Well, Ulfgar, what did he say? I'm cleaning myself off with a rag that I had in my pack.
You tell me. He's got bad breath. Oi.
You end up with a bit of soggy leaf stuck to your face where he's
Great. He just kind of takes it out and says, I think we should leave the poor thing alone. We'd just be bringing it to danger.
I think we should take him with...
And do what with him?
Flippy, where'd you go, Flippy? I'm looking for him. I can't find him. I guess he's hiding. I look behind Vorn's leg, and he's behind Vorn's leg. I just look at Flippy. I'm like, do you think we should keep him?
Are there any others nearby? I'd like to make a look around.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Does it look full grown as well?
Yes.
Okay.
It is huge.
Cool. 11.
You don't see any others.
I'm too busy with staring at this one.
He kind of takes his massive head and rubs it's like he's got an itch back here or something like that, and he's rubbing his head against your pack, Valia. He's almost pushing you over with how he's rubbing his head.
I kind of scratch his head. I'm just like, whoa, kind of push him at the same time, oh, back up, buddy.
Have you seen those? Have you guys seen that? Sorry, break immersion a little bit, but the cow with the car wash brush. That's what the Stegosaurus is doing, just rubbing his head against your pack, and when you scratch his head, he leans into that and almost pushes you over.
I'm sorry, but this whole time I'm just imagining Jurassic Park with he's listening to the breathing
Is that what Ulfgar's doing? Because you're about the right height to be like up against his ribcage.
But then I get the image of that meme where it's actually Jeff Goldblum. So the whole thing just turns me off. It's just kind of like, no, don't really want to do that. But I guess Ulfgar would attempt to try and make some kind of friendly motions with it, see if he can like give it a pet or a scratch or something like that. In hopes,
yeah, I mean, yeah, he's standing right next to you guys. He's big enough that even though he's pushing against Valia at the front, there his kind of torso is right next to you, Ulfgar.
Okay, there you go.
So, Ulfgar, don't go further back. Watch that tail of his.
There you go. I found the right spot. To give him an itch.
Giving it a wide berth, Aelia is going to try and walk around it and get a move on. She looks a little frustrated with the group. Like, come on, we're meant to be saving the day here.
Instead, you're playing with the dino.
You're right. It looks like it could take care of itself. If we can bring it along, maybe it'll help.
I'll give it a little scratch under its,
At
snout.
the very least, this Stegosaurus is getting a good rub down.
Yeah, he or she is totally digging it as well. It's just like...
And then I'll start following Aelia.
I see them going. I was like, I guess we should get a move on.
All right.
Like, come on, Vorn. Flippy, get out from behind there and come on.
Ulfgar will like grab a few of the leaves that he was munching on and like kind of like wave them gently behind him as he kind of traipses along behind everybody, trying to see if it'll follow.
The leaves get pulled from your hand quite big. And it does seem to follow you for a while. Probably, 5-10 minutes. And then it slowly kind of the distance between you and the Stegosaurus grows. It seems to gets distracted by, things to munch along the way and eventually, unless you guys do something different, eventually you'll just lose track of the Stegosaurus. He'll be too far in your kind of rear view mirror for you to see what it's up to.
Consumed by the abyss of the jungle.
Exactly.
We should probably let it go.
Yeah, we'll get it killed next time we run into a Tyrannosaurus.
We already have to protect Flippy all the time. So. Not that I don't want to.
Flippy just squawks at you like, whatever.
I don't know. I think this one might be able to handle itself a bit better than Flippy because, if anything, it's got a lot more mass and that spike tail.
Yeah, well, it's already hard enough to walk around with the golem there and trying to hide him. The dinosaur might be a little much.
Flippy just kind of nips at Ulfgar a little bit. Just snaps his beak at him.
Don't look at me. I don't have any fish. Get away. I like my fingers where they're at, thank you. So, just pick up the pace and catch back up with the rest of the group.
Okay. So Stegosaur left far behind. You make a good couple of hours progress. Rain begins to kind of gently drizzle, leaves dripping as you kind of walk beneath the upper canopy, and it's almost kind of refreshing actually after the humidity. After a couple more hours walking, you do come up to kind of the riverbank. And obviously you want to head kind of... you want to make a left of the riverbank. So, any different activities, or just gonna keep walking for a few hours longer, or anybody want to
I
stop?
feel like we should keep moving.
Okay. So you can keep moving the rest of the day without any incident, and night starts to fall, sun getting low in the sky. shafts of light kind of peeking through the jungle foliage, and tells you that you've only got probably like an hour or so left of light. So you're going to set up camp as usual?
Yes.
Mr. Ulfgar?
Yes.
And I went hunting.
Yay. Wow, did you ever? You did not hurt that Stegosaurus.
Giant leg.
Oh yeah? Well, I also go hunting. Ha!
Oh. Do you know? Did you even leave camp? I have to say, for a natural 1, that's a really good score, though.
Yeah, I have a 7.
Kellisto, I think you're fairly used to like how the jungle, feels and works when it's not invaded by undead, and so you kind of are able to suss your way around, fairly well and return with a plentiful supply. Aelia, I think you're venturing out, and it's like this almost every night, right? Where when the sun starts setting, the noises of the jungle kind of increase to this cacophony of sound, and it's almost like it makes you feel almost claustrophobic, because there isn't anywhere that you can be that isn't noisy as fuck, basically. So it's like it invades your kind of psyche so much that you just feel actually the urge to kind of turn back to camp, without going, far enough to kind of get any gain from the jungle.
As I walk back into camp, I'll just yell, I'm really starting to hate this jungle. I just need a large open space and some peace and quiet and my apprentice that I need to teach. But and she starts she's just kicking dirt and just
I walk up to her and offer her a bottle of Tesh.
This helps.
Thank you. Thank you. And she takes a swig.
Ulfgar would say, come on over, relax a bit. I've got the hut up, and I'll play us a melody. It's been a pretty decent day for once here, I have to say. Not getting drenched the entire time or attacked by things. It was rather pleasant. So he pulls out the bone flute and starts doing the whole David Carradine thing again.
Okay. And it does the jungle kind of riot reaches its peak, and then as darkness truly does fall, everything quiets down to where it's just like a soft lull of the nighttime insects and Ulfgar's flute. And Ulfgar, do you want to make a perform check? Make sure you don't hurt anybody's performance.
Sure.
It is very, very pleasant.
There you go. It takes his time to play a very soft melody.
Okay.
Aelia is soothed.
Good, because the last time we tried soothing somebody, it did not go well. They ended up dead in a swamp.
All right. So the night actually also passes without any further incident. You managed to get a good night's sleep inside the tiny hut. Vaughn doing his diligent duty of watching over you all from outside. Arokh stays outside as usual, and Tobias, hangs out in the hut with you as well. Anything you want to do before? Hang on, I've just got to move your text out of the way a bit so I can delete the next hex.
No worries. Here, I'll move it up. Over here. Oops.
Anything particular you want to do to prep for the day's travel? Or actually, I know what I need to find out. What weather is like while you were thinking about that. Need my weather chart.
Nope. Just on the way, on the road again to Nangalore.
Did you just say on the road again?
Yep. Take me home, Nangalore.
Oh my god, it's just.
Don't worry, I'm not one of those bard players that actually sings all of the songs. Thank goodness.
Okay. Thank goodness. Alright, so it is light rain this morning, similar to kind of what you left when you went to bed the night before. So you are making your way south now. Mm-hmm. The river is just to your west, and you're following it. And you make your way through most of the day, actually, until you get to late afternoon without any kind of incidents. And then late afternoon, you see fairly directly in your path what looks like a big post with a head on it.
Like a totem of goblins?
Nope. Like a head on a spike.
Oh.
I'm gonna ask the party to give me a moment, and I want to ritual cast Eyes of the Grave.
I need to remind myself of this. Oh, do you have
It's the detect undead.
Okay.
In 60 feet. Yeah.
Alright, it's not in my journal for some reason. So nope, nothing goes off.
Alright.
Let me go have a look-see. I'll try and stealth up to it.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Big
Mr.
butts,
Ulfgar.
no whammies.
Stealth
24.
You move quite quietly. Are you staying like in visual range, or are you hiding as well?
I would try to stay out of sight and out of earshot of anything. Basically just trying to not be detected.
Okay.
And have a closer look at this post and see if there's anything leading up to it that might give more information about what its origins are.
Okay. So for the rest of you, if you're staying put, you see Ulfgar disappear kind of into the undergrowth. And if you want to kind of try and keep track of where he's at, you can give a perception check to see if you can keep an eye on him.
Oh.
Kellisto is just able to to track you, but Valia no such luck. So yeah.
Valia's like, oh, he's gonna go get himself killed again. Whatever.
Again. Does the day end in Y? Yep. So, yeah, Ulfgar, you sneak through the undergrowth quite quietly, cautiously, and approach, and you see a man's head, very gruesomely impaled on this spike. This post has been purposefully buried, partially buried in the ground so that it stays upright. It's like a fence post, right? Except the top is very sharp. Mm-hmm. And this man's head has been impaled on it. And the man has like kind of short, choppy, brown hair. He's human. He looks like... Well, actually, give me a perception check for me to give you... I can give you all the details if you don't have your eyes closed. So.
13.
Okay. 13. Right. So he's got flies buzzing around, and they land on him occasionally. His tongue is kind of lolling out the side of his mouth, and blood is, kind of dripped down the spike as well. And the top of the spike protrudes from the top of his skull and is also very bloody. It looks very kind of sticky. Yep. So that's probably about what you get from.
But I don't recognize this guy.
You do not recognize him. No.
Okay. Do I see what may have placed it here, or a direction that people came from, or things came from that might have put it here?
Not with that perception check. Nope. You could, if you want to kind of do any tracking or something like that, then you could do a survival check, perhaps, to do a bit better at that. Because that's more about
I'm not too good at finding tracks in here, but I would like to have at least a look further afield to see if I see anything of any source nearby.
Okay. Sure. So what you're doing? Okay. So you see, you do see further pathways, but that's not really a surprise, right? Because you were kind of following a path through the jungle that's running along the riverside. But you don't see anybody else, or you don't see the rest of this man either. His body is not within the vicinity that you see. Oh, excuse me.
Okay. So I'll just stealth back to the group then.
Okay.
Do you need me to make another stealth?
No, I think your one can cover both journeys.
Okay. I'll come back and say, I find no evidence of anybody nearby. I didn't look for tracks, but I don't see anything outright. From my investigation, would I have been able to tell how somewhat recent it was that the head was placed there, maybe?
No.
Alright, Ulfgar, my turn. And I trot up to the post. Can I make a medicine check on the head to see how long it's been there?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's head up to the post and have a look around.
Oh my gosh.
But that is much more appropriate. You're assessing it for, how long it's been missing the rest of its body, and the kind of decay aspect of it. And you think it's been there for maybe 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
There's definitely signs of insect activity on the man's face. So it's been there long enough for insects to find it interesting and kind of start consuming and laying on this head.
At I can't even remember how tall I said I was. 8 feet? At 8 feet, am I tall enough to take the head down?
Yes, definitely. Actually, the head itself is kind of low. Oh, the top of the spike is lower than your full height, right? So I'm from Ulfgar would be kind of looking up at the head, and you're looking down at the head.
Okay. I'm just gonna, because this is Aelia's bread and butter, she's just gonna brazenly take the head off the spike without a second thought and place it on the ground.
Ulfgar would be like, oh, jeez, oh.
I'm just Rose, what are you doing?
It does come off the spike with this sickening kind of sound.
Everybody's just cringing. Ugh.
I hold up a finger and I'd say, shush, I'm doing something here.
Which
I would like
finger are you holding up?
My own. And I'd like to cast Speak with the Dead on the head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. he still has enough going on to speak back to you.
Great.
I just
So
realized.
I'm going to cast that. How does this thing go? I do have my incense, which is good.
Okay.
So I'll burn some incense around the head and waft it around over it and say a few words and ask the head, who put you there?
This is interesting. So, hang on one second. I just want to see the flavor of this. Okay. The eyes kind of roll back a little bit, and they're kind of milked over at this point, and very kind of dry looking, and he says, "Tribesman," in this very kind of guttural voice.
South, west, east, or north?
He says, I believe they were to the south. Says it's difficult for me to tell.
Aelia stops and thinks a moment about what she could ask next. She turns to the group and says, is there anything you would like to ask?
I can't say that I've talked to the dead before. I feel...
You would be talking to them through me.
Who are you? That's a pretty
good.
basic question.
I turn back to the head and ask it, who are you?
He says, my name is Peter.
And where are you from, Peter?
He says, I was born in Waterdeep.
Ulfgar suddenly takes a few steps closer. Wants to get a closer look at this guy and see if he truly does know him.
Aelia turns back and says, we have one last question to ask of this poor fellow, so...
I'd like to avoid his fate if possible. Perhaps something pertaining to that.
Where's the rest of them? You hear me mumble under my breath, looking around. Where's the rest of them? Did you ask if whoever killed him is close?
Is everyone in agreement?
That sounds good to me. Unless there was something else that might be more... like, do we really need to find out why he's here? How did he get here?
He might just say that somebody put his head on the spike.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Never mind.
Maybe we ask what he was doing here to cause their anger.
Tell us the whole story of how you got here and ended up on the stick.
Aelia turns back to the head and says, damn, I had the question.
It's always an interesting spell.
See, okay, out of character, I want to ask what caused your death, but the head could very easily say, like, a blade or something like that, right? Whereas what I'm really asking is the who and the what and the why all at once. So we know they were tribesmen. We know they were from... Well, they're approximately to the south. Mm-hmm. His name is Peter, and he's from Blackwater Bay? Something Water Bay?
He's from Waterdeep. No, big city.
Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm just fidgeting around with stuff on the map while I'm trying to think of how to word this. Ask him to tell us the story of how he came to end up in this situation, I guess.
The dead aren't very wordy. Okay. Aelia will turn back to the head and say, "What is the race of the tribesmen that killed you?"
He says, a Chelton man.
Well, that narrows it down.
I guess with that, the head falls silent.
Yeah. So yeah, the animation from kind of the face, like all those muscles that had kind of been reinvigorated with the spell, all just kind of fall slack again, and you see like the skin is kind of hanging again from his cheekbones, and the skin around his eyes is drooping again, and his tongue kind of again lolls slightly out of his mouth.
Well, thank you, Peter. I wish I could find the rest of your body to bury you.
I'd like to make a closer inspection of the head if possible, and see if I could recognize anything about Peter, as he's from Waterdeep. Though it's a massive city, and unlikely that Ulfgar would truly know him. He'd like to commit to memory something about his face if possible.
Okay. Aelia, have you got the head like in your hands, or is it just on the ground?
No, I placed it on the ground at the base of the spike.
Okay. So yeah, Ulfgar, you can get right up personal with this. And I don't think you need to make a particular perception check, because you can kind of take a few minutes to really study it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see he looks like he's a man in his like mid-30s. His face is quite weathered. But his hair is like, definitely looks like he'd given himself his last haircut, because it's kind of a bit lopsided and choppy. He's got kind of some stubble going on. You do see he's got kind of a small scar on his cheek, but it looks quite old. Doesn't look like it's anything recent.
Okay.
You don't recognize him, though.
And his hair? Sorry.
His hair is like, it's like a brown, kind of medium brown kind of color.
Okay.
It's a little bit shaggy kind of looking. Looks like he hasn't had a haircut in a while, but it is kind of a bit choppy.
Okay.
Like maybe you tried.
Excuse me.
And you just gave up. Too much hassle.
After all that, I'm just like, I just kind of shake my head. I'm like, man, that's creepy. And I'll just walk over and start digging a hole, because I know that's what she's fixing to do next.
Mm-hmm.
After seeing her mess with the dead already so many times, I assume she's just going to bury it. So I'm just going to start digging a hole.
I want to look at
very
it.
taken aback and looks very like, oh, thank you.
I wanted
It's
to do
very
a perception
helpful.
to see if I recognize him or I see anything else.
Yeah, you can do the same as well. You can take. Because you're taking your time kind of studying him, right? It's not like, but you don't see anything beyond kind of what Ulfgar had seen.
Yeah, it's... Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at my spells and I'm like, yeah, mending's not gonna work here. So...
I mend the
head! Excuse me. So then
Valia,
I guess...
have you thought about going into funeral rites?
I just look. I'm like, no, I'm good. I usually eat dead things, but this is beyond what I like.
Oh, okay. Well,
not particularly
thank you
fun.
nonetheless.
Duly noted. If I don't want her to eat me, I'll have to impale myself on a spike. Got it. Okay.
I just look. I said, I don't think anybody would really want to eat you. You'd be afraid that you'd be too tough, or you might talk them to death.
While me and Valia are burying the head, I'll ask her what direction the point on the map is from us.
We continue. I look at the map. And we continue southwest along the river. We should get there soon.
Yeah, and actually here, let me I'm gonna take off a not that one, because they would have the Arokh would have drawn the river on your map. So
I think we should proceed with caution. We have a warning.
Yeah, and try to keep more west than south.
I agree. So we'd like to proceed once the funeral rites have been seen to with caution.
okay. Yeah, so and are you stepping kind of beyond the spike with the head? Are you continuing to follow that path, or are you going a different route?
I think we're going kind of west of the spike.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically following the river a bit.
All right. So yeah, in that case, then you kind of head back towards the river a little bit and away from the path that you were on. And let's see, that was like late afternoon, right? I said late afternoon, I think.
Sure.
So it does as you get kind of further into the afternoon, actually, like early evening, the rain suddenly does begin to get incredibly heavy, and the wind speed picks up. You can see the first thing you notice actually is the upper canopy of the trees. You can see the foliage up high moving a lot more, and suddenly the rain, like I said, is just kind of just increases with intensity quite rapidly. And it does look kind of like, actually, yeah, well, I think you'd recognize it. It looks like the precursor to that kind of tropical storm that you saw before.
Great. So I think we should set up a shelter as soon as we can with the current climate change, if at all possible.
Will your hut not suffice?
No, it should, but I think we should do that soon, and perhaps have Vorn ensure that he can keep Arokh somewhat safe as well.
What if we have Vorn stand upwind?
Right. I was just also meaning in case he could give him a bit of shelter.
Right.
Yeah, so Vaughn can kind of like, create a bit of a shelter belt almost, like, he just kind of like sits with his arms like pushed into the ground a little bit, and Arokh can take a bit of shelter up against Vaughn. You can also like it is a bit closer to the river. It is kind of rockier terrain as well. So if you wanted to go check that out, you might find a good spot down there, or you could just kind of tiny hut it here and stick Arokh against Vaughn. It's up to you.
I'm thinking here is fine. Out and if we get too close to the river, then we're visible, at a good distance around the river. So,
And it is actually
And flooding.
That as well.
It is actually getting to the point now where it's quite difficult to hear each other because the wind and the rain are now so loud, and the cat is very distracting.
Excuse me.
All of your clothing is like being whipped against you, so it's like if you've got any kind of coat on or anything like that, it's being blown like forward, or being blown around quite heavily, and your gear is getting thoroughly drenched.
Is there any kind of check that I can make to like find a good place for us to set up camp in the weather?
Yeah, do you want to do a survival roll? That would be quite good.
There we go.
Yeah, so you're able to kind of suss out a good spot, kind of the contour of the land, and you're looking at the placement of the trees as well, and figure out a good spot for the tiny huts, and it's also kind of a good spot to position Vaughn where Arokh can get the most shelter from him. So yeah, good call.
Tiny hut.
Ulfgar casts tiny hut, and everybody, Tobias heads in immediately, starts wringing out his clothing.
I'll start prestidigitationing at people dry and stuff as well.
Okay.
Is the noise still quite bad inside the hut?
Yeah, it's just pleasantly dry, a nice temperature. There's no weather in there, and it's dimly lit. And if you walk outside of it, looking into the hut, you can't really see much. It's just like this jungle green color. But once you're inside, you can look back out. So it's one-way transparent.
But the audio of what's going on outside is
Oh, yeah.
still 100% volume.
I don't have anything in here that says that is being hedged out for the spell, so...
Yeah, I didn't see anything. And it is like, while you don't hear any birds or animals or insects like you usually do, the rain thunders on the leaves of the trees and on the ground, and not only the rain is making noise, but also the wind is incredibly noisy. Like the amount of like movement that it's creating is very noisy. And this goes on to throughout kind of the early evening. You see kind of the sky darken as night begins to kind of draw in, and the rain and the wind are still lashing against this tiny hut, and it actually becomes kind of difficult to see because the water is just kind of pouring around it like a force field, right? But the water still has to go somewhere, so it's just kind of pouring around this tiny hut sphere. And it is incredibly difficult to sleep like this. So I don't know if anybody's even going to try, but it's it's very difficult to sleep. So it goes on like this until kind of the early hours of the morning, and then slowly seems to kind of move past you, and probably about you think you might have about like 4 hours or so before the sun comes up, where the noise is kind of lessened, and it's just back to kind of a heavy rain instead of this kind of tropical storm weather. But it has been incredibly difficult. I don't think anybody really will have got any rest. Maybe a short rest, perhaps, before the sun comes up, but definitely not a full night's sleep.
Okay. Definitely glad that I sussed out this spell some time ago. For nights like this.
How did I mention I'm starting to hate this place?
It's not been my favorite location so far. I have to admit, I miss the old forests and greenlands. Bit of the old city isn't too bad either, but this is... Oi. Everything's poison, weather, and really big things trampling you. So it's not...
Nothing is done in halves here.
Yes.
So, are you doing your kind of normal morning ritual, or are you going to sleep in a bit, or?
I'm going to start with a muttering to myself of ritual casting Eyes of the Grave.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to continue with normal ritual stuff. A rough night's sleep, but still continue on.
Okay. Within 60 feet, you do not get any pings.
Okay.
No ping. Let me just check one thing, actually. Yep,
Is
no ping.
Arokh and Vorn still there?
Yes. Arokh is thoroughly drenched. And Vorn is just kind of his usual self. Vorn has... The biggest thing you notice about Vorn is that he's got some vegetation that's just kind of been blown against him throughout this night. And so he's got like these palm leaves stuck in like weird places, and general vines kind of have got caught on him as they've been blown about. And the jungle, and usually it's a messy place, right? Because it just the nature of it, but it does seem to be in a special level of disarray this morning.
I do my best to get them both cleaned up.
Okay.
I would like to roll my bones of augury, if it's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
And I will ask the simple question of, will we find opposition on our way to Nangalore today?
And this is what's the verbiage again for? Because it's positive, negative, or
Positive, negative, or positive and negative? Let me post the spell again.
Thank you. Sorry. I know
Quite
these ones.
alright.
Or option 4, you have to shake it and ask again later.
Okay. Wheel and woe. That's what I was trying to remember. So your question is, are you going to find opposition between yourselves and Nangalore? Is that right?
Today, yes.
Okay. You get an answer of wheel.
Oh dear. I inform the others. Hang on. I've got to think about this out of character.
What do the bones
Because the
say?
spell says good results and bad results, right? But I'm pretty sure wheel is yes and woe is no. So wheel means yes, you will find opposition today. I think. So that's what I'm going to inform the party. That be on guard today, as we might face trials on our way to Nangalore today.
Then I propose we try to be as stealthy as we can upon our approach.
I say, well, let's get going so we can start killing things.
Let's start the murdering.
I know that's
Oh,
truly
boy,
why
killing.
I hang around. You just know I get into trouble, and you like to kill the things that I get into trouble with. Unless it's a T-Rex.
So let me minimize that. Then I'm going to take you over to a battle map, because this is going to need a little... I think it would benefit from a little visual aid.
Oh boy.
Try not to metagame it, because there is no avoiding stuff you already know. So hopefully, let's look, does it show up okay?
Hold on, I can't seem to
I
zoom out. There we
see some things.
These things again.
go.
So you see up ahead of you, it seems like you weren't the only ones who had a rough night because these rather large, larger than you would expect, but these kind of large, they look like monkeys, really big monkeys. And they are hanging, you see a couple of them hanging from the trees up ahead. And that is all I'm going to share with you so far, unless you want to make a perception check.
Yeah, I'll make a perception.
All I can think of is like Indiana Jones and how he says asps. Why'd it have to be asps? With our group, it seems to be monkeys. Why does it have to be monkeys?
Why monkeys?
Those are some pretty mean-looking monkey tokens.
Mm-hmm.
So Kellisto, you definitely see these in well enough detail to recognize that, yeah, they probably stand about as tall as you do. They are hanging by their tails from the trees, and they do seem to be sleeping, though. But they are as you see, and you do think you've seen these guys before.
Hold up, guys. You remember those stupid monkeys that attacked us? There's a couple more sleeping up there.
The flying ones or the big giant ugly
Big giant
one?
ones. Big giant ugly ones. Not the cute ones.
Before she
beginning to
even
hate
gets to
monkeys.
say the big and giant ones, upon Valia saying the flying ones, Ulfgar is instantly going for his short bow.
But they're sleeping.
They're sleeping. Well, we can't really. We can sneak past them, but I point at Warren. He cannot.
Let's walk around.
We can. With my spell.
Ooh.
You can get Warren in that.
Because me and my companions, it doesn't specify what kind of companions.
For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet. So
It's a creature.
I think, let me check.
And he's within 30 feet.
She
I think
grows
a
moss
shield
on his
guardian-
feet.
I'm pretty sure a shield guardian is a construct instead of a creature.
Mm.
I think
That's
creature is
like
an all-encompassing
representation.
description, though. No, seriously, I don't think that it's like a monster type. I think it's like an...
Yeah, I think that's actually how we played it before as well. Okay, fine.
We're all gonna roll natural ones anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
So everyone has a +10 bonus.
Woohoo!
Should we sneak past? I think we should try to sneak past.
I'm
I
gonna
think
keep
we
my
should
short
try
bow
to sneak
trained on
past.
these guys while we're sneaking past.
Yeah, I will be ready in case. Yeah, I guess. I mean, what have we got to lose? There's only how many do you see?
20.
I only see 2.
I see 20.
Only 2. Oh, that's not bad. There's only 2, so we can handle them if we have to.
That where there's 2, there's 20.
You don't know that.
How many times have
I'm
we
just,
seen
like, laughing.
only 2, and it only been 2? That's all we've seen. It's a jungle out there. Come on.
It'll be okay.
I mean, the alternative is to just keep killing everything we come across.
Yeah,
We've been doing
I'm
a pretty good
about
job.
Yeah, I'm good with killing everything we come across.
Unless it's a Stegosaurus. And that.
Oh, you wouldn't kill the Vegisaurus, would you?
We didn't. We left him. We gave him a bit of fruit. And
I'm gonna use my luck.
That's how you get veggies.
All right, I'm going to... Who has the worst stealth, by the way, in our group? Does anybody have a bad stealth? Because I would like to inspire that person for the next
Well,
10.
it's too late for me.
I rolled really well, but I have terrible stealth.
I have a stealth of 3.
Okay. Well, I would like to give inspiration to somebody. I'm assuming that maybe Arokh and Tobias might need it. I don't think that I can inspire the construct, so I'm not going to bother. So I'll give it to Tobias. There we go. How's that?
How are you giving inspiration?
I'm telling him how good he can be at this. I'm giving him a pointer.
In hushed tones?
Yes, in hushed tones. I mean, we haven't really approached the monkeys yet, but I'm telling him, like, all right, so I'm going to give you some pointers here. It's going to beef you up. You're going to be all right. You're going to guide Arokh here very gently. Now, in the past, you've used this foot here. Don't jingle that. Instead, you're going to want to keep it over here. So
Supposed to hop along? What's he supposed to?
he's giving an instructional course.
Oh, is that we get plus 10 to that roll? I forgot about that.
Yes.
I added
Yeah.
my luck in, so I got 15 plus 10. So okay, we're good then. So it's funny.
Okay, it says stirring words or music. All right.
Mhm.
Let's see. So, okay, so
I'm waiting for the Vorn roll.
what's the I see like a D20 roll in the middle there.
It's my luck. I forgot about the plus 10 bonus, so I added my luck.
Gotcha. Okay, so you've got an 18 actually. Is that right?
I had, are we getting advantage with that? Because I rolled a 7.
You can't have
Wait.
advantage and plus 10.
Well, no, I'm asking which one you were taking. I rolled a 7, so I added the 8 to it.
Wait, why did you add the 8 to it?
My luck.
Your luck is to re-roll the dice, right?
No, you can add it or reroll. You add to it.
Wait, what? Sorry. Sorry. Anyway.
By the way, out of character again, I just imagine like Ulfgar with his leg up on a stone, like a football coach, with one arm on the knee, like and talking to both Tobias and Arokh, who are leaning into him, like, "Yes, coach, tell us."
Yep, you gotta plant your feet. Think dwarf. Low to the ground.
You see Arokh is kind of like he's like hunkered down, like.
So he would get to add a 1d8 to it.
1d8.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your marching order here?
Yeah, it was a reroll, so it was 8 instead of 7. So.
I think Kellisto first because she saw the monkeys.
I'm usually in the front anyway, so.
Could you like arrange yourselves as you are?
I'll try to be in the middle somewhere.
I'll be over here.
Our lowest is 18.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that might be more if that's Tobias.
It's not.
Oh. Good job, Arokh. Or Vorn. No, that was Arokh.
Okay, so then, all right.
I suddenly get the
so you-
Scooby-Doo music, you know. Do.
Yeah. So you're going to kind of like proceed. Oh,
I saw that.
yeah. Sorry, I clicked the wrong circle icon. I was going for the measuring tool and clicked the thing. So you're proceeding like this away, or
I think we can go around them, right? I wouldn't want to go straight towards them. Although I guess that is the trail, right?
yeah, if you're gonna go through the undergrowth, then it's gonna be kind of. I would say, looking at it, you would assume that that's noisier, actually.
Okay, then I guess we are proceeding straight to them.
Is it like
And try and
this?
sneak past the sleeping evil monkey.
What? It's not. What is it? Come on. Oh, is it Q?
I thought it changed. Didn't it change to
whoa. Like that.
Wow. Okay. Is it Q or is it Shift?
It's Q.
Oh, okay.
And you
Maybe
just tap it
Shift.
once while you're holding the button down.
Yeah.
So something like that.
Getting straight back into it.
All right. Anyway, so Ulfgar and Valia, you're sneaking ahead.
Sneakity sneak.
I think while you're sneaking through the jungle, you're at like probably half speed actually. So you're able to move like around 30 feet this round. All you're doing is moving. Right?
Unless you're a dwarf, in which case it's more like 12.
No, you're going to use your action to move as well, right? Though, or maybe you're not. Maybe you're doing something else.
Oh, that's fine. Do this. There we go. So that's
Okay.
that was. So that was 20. So I can go 5 more feet then. Whoop. That's as far as I can go. So that's basically my full movement, which is
like right there.
Like I said, short bow, point to get these things going. Oh, don't you do it! Don't you do it!
I mean, I assume that you've just got your eyes like locked on target here. Are you just kind of staring these two down while you're trying to sneak past them?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So could you make another perception check for me, Ulfgar?
Oh boy. I shall try. 16.
Yeah, let me do a little roll here. Okay. You think you saw one of them peeking, like you think you saw an eye like open a little bit and then close.
I think I did, or I know I did.
You're pretty sure that's what you saw.
Dang, that requires verbal as well. Do I have nothing that requires anything non-verbal?
You're a bard.
I know. Oh gosh.
Okay.
I try to catch the eye of whoever's near me, probably Kellisto, just by like motioning or something and shooting her a look, and then like looking back up at them.
Okay. I'll look and see if I see any movement.
Okay. Do a perception check as well.
I just look back and I'm looking at Ulfgar and making these weird signs at Kellisto and just shake my head like, ugh.
I mean, yep, you're pretty sure you saw the same thing. So I think at this point we should do turn order, actually. Because
Those cheeky monkey.
things are about to get interesting. Maybe?
There you go.
Do like initiative roll.
How do we do the initiative roll in? Sorry.
Click on your token. No worries. Click on your token on the battle map, and then click on initiative on your character sheet.
Can I trade initiatives with Valia for my other character? I always go last on the other one. Because she has 0 initiative.
You still got 2 more luck uses. Come on.
Oh, I'm good with this initiative. I'm at a 19, so I'm fine.
One.
Thursdays does never look so good.
Alright. Descending. Okay. So there we go. So let's kind of move forward with this. So Kellisto, you're pretty sure that you saw them like peeking at you, you know, like you would guess that they're pretending to be asleep based on what your perception roll was.
Well, I'm pretty sure I didn't see anything, that they didn't see me.
Yeah,
Okay, so I kind of like stop, like, and I whisper, I think they can see us.
By the way, are these the same evil monkeys that we saw before that had these same icons? The same type of monkey?
Make a wisdom roll.
Wisdom roll. Roll wisdom. 19.
Yes. Yes, you believe these are the same breed of evilness that you previously encountered.
Hooray! Okay.
I look over. I point at my javelin on my back, and then I point at the monkeys and make the cutting, cross my neck noise, and with the thumbs up, the sign with the thumbs up, shaking my head, yes.
So Aelia, how would you like to proceed? There seems to be some kind of like behind you. Ulfgar and Kellisto seem to be like motioning backwards and forwards. Looks like they're concerned about the evil monkeys.
Why?
Where I'm standing, can I see? Is there anything else? Can I see anything else around here? Because I'm kind of further than because I can move further than they did, but
Right.
not much further.
They're up in the tree, aren't they?
They are. Yep, they're hanging from their tails up in the tree. Hang on,
And
Valia. We'll get to you in just a moment.
what's the guesstimate of distance?
From you, they're... Oh, you mean height up in the tree. They're probably about like 15, 20 feet off the ground.
I mean, I might be able to hit them with a spear, right? 6 plus my own arm? No.
Are spears reach weapons?
I believe so.
Then, yeah, probably, right? Because if you're 8 feet tall, and that's
And then half your height for your arms.
well, and that spear is like a reach weapon, so that gives it a reach of like, instead of the square next to you, which is 5 feet, right? It's the square beyond that, which is 10 feet. So
Yes, it's
Right.
like a javelin. They give you an extra 10.
yeah, so you
Okay.
think you could reach him with your spear? You would probably have to like take a step closer, otherwise,
I
like
see.
the angle's going to be too great.
Sorry, I was just trying to math the spear before doing the movement. But that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So I'll move forward and
Haha, it's not me first this time.
with my spear up in the tree.
Okay.
Uh,
Are you just trying to tickle one? Is that it?
oh yeah, totally.
Coochie, coochie,
Oh my god,
coochie.
I haven't used a melee weapon in this version. It rolled a hit?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How do I do that?
Do you have it? Do you know where your hit dice is on your sheet? Like below.
I mean,
is it
so
listed there? Then you just click on the name.
If
and
you
it'll
click
do the
on
whole lot.
spear, yeah, it'll do your roll to hit, and then
There you
if
go.
you hit, which you do, then
Yes.
click on the word spear two-handed, and it will roll the damage. Like in the chat. Sorry.
Like that?
In the chat, click on where it says spear two-handed.
Oh,
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So yes, you successfully hit this really kind of menacing-looking monkey. He's about as tall as Kellisto, and he's got this kind of like, they have this like really dark fur and kind of very toothy mouth, and their feet are very clawed as well, as opposed to just kind of regular monkey feet. They've got these clawed monkey feet. And an
I
evil
didn't
look
happen
in
to
its
surprise stab it out of the tree, did I?
eye. You did not surprise stab it out of the tree, but you did do it damage, and it obviously screeches at you, and is very unhappy about this and is preparing to retort.
Oh, excellent.
So with this, though, what happens is its friends who were holding their action are going to
Monkey, reveal thyself.
are revealing themselves.
Monkeys!
Oh crap! Hey, monkeys!
Wow, it's almost like they're planning an ambush or something.
Yep.
Okay. So the friends all reveal themselves, and suddenly there's this like the jungle around you, the overgrowth and the trees is filled with these screeches and whoops as these monkeys descend on you. So yeah, they were kind of waiting for you to. They didn't think you were going to attack, but anyway, so they're going. The ones that revealed themselves are going to get a surprise round.
The Great Monkey Dissension.
Great Monkey Dissension. So this guy here is actually going to try and attack Vaughn. So he's going to get a bite. And he's going to get a claw. And the bite, I think the bite hits, doesn't it? Yeah. Nope, the bite does not hit. Okay, so he clinks into, like, his claws and teeth rend just useless against Vaughn's kind of, armor and metallic body. And Vaughn just kind of turns his head and looks at this monkey, you know? It's kind of like, what are you doing, monkey? And this guy here is going to attack you, Kellisto, unfortunately. I'm sorry about this. So he's going to bite you. And he's going to claw you. Okay, so the bite does 6 damage, and the claws do 7 damage. Woof. This guy here is going to go for Flippy. And he's going to bite him.
So did these monkeys drop out of the tree and land on the ground?
Nope, they're hanging by their tails and fighting you that way.
Okay.
So I think the claws hit? The claws hit Flippy, right?
No, the bite does not.
Excuse me.
So Flippy takes 6 slashing damage.
No, Flippy.
Oh, Flippy is down.
Doggone it.
It's right at his HP.
Well, he's... I forget if he just goes unconscious and if he still needs to make death saves or not, but I don't know that as a character.
We'll come to that in a moment.
Yeah.
This guy is going to spring forward and attack you, Valia.
Yeah, I get advantage. Am I able to dodge since I have the danger sense?
Oh yeah, danger sense.
Yeah. So wait, hang on. Remind me how that works. I know I should know these things, but I don't.
It just says can sense when things nearby aren't as they should be, aren't as they should be, and they can give you an edge on dodge. That's it.
Oh, that means what is it? When there's area of effect spells that require a dexterity saving throw and stuff, right?
No.
Hang on, I'm looking at dodge.
Okay. There it is. Barbarian danger sense.
Disadvantage. Okay. All right. So, he fails completely with his bite anyway.
Nope.
And I'm pretty sure that's going to miss with his claw as well. So.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think that's it. The other two were kind of, you're well aware of their existence, so they don't get the surprise round. Kellisto.
I'm going to attack the one closest to Flippy to try to distract him from him.
Okay. Sure.
With my thorn whip so I can try to pull him off the tree.
Ooh. Nice move. That unfortunately I think misses though.
Does nothing.
He made the thorn whip. It does need a range. Yeah, okay, melee spell attack. Okay, so yeah, the thorn whip lashes out at him and he swings kind of to the side, so it just misses him.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Sorry, I was looking really quick. No, I don't think there's anything else I can do right now.
Okay. Then over to Valia.
Are they low enough where I can grab this one that's in front of me?
I think you'd have to like make a jump and try and grab him.
Okay, I'm going to try to do that, kind of hop up and grab him by his head with my claws.
Okay. So then, make a athletics check first, and then okay, and then make a melee attack to try and grab him.
Ooh, let's see. I'm just gonna use
That was the wrong
the same
thing?
as my bite. It'll be the same roll as my bites.
That was a monkey spit attack.
Oh wait, I
Where's
clicked
the
the wrong.
eraser?
Sorry,
You have to
I missed him.
click the pointer icon, and then you have to click the line on the map and then hit delete. But be careful not to click your own icon. We've done that.
Yeah, there's no like alt. Anyway.
Yeah, is I gonna use my full action and bonus for that?
With the jump, I kind of feel like
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I just wanted
you gotta
to
like spring up and then try and grab him.
Okay, yeah, I missed him. I ignore that bite one. I hit the wrong thing. So
Okay.
yeah, I got a 9,
Okay.
and that's it. Yep.
Okay. So Flippy takes his action, which you guys are not really aware of, so I'm not telling you what's going on there. And then Ulfgar.
I let loose my arrow on this one here.
Okay.
11. No.
Nope.
And then I bonus action healing word on the flipster. Hold on. Level 1. For 5 points of healing.
Okay. He does seem to come back to consciousness.
So here's a question. Is this monkey that I shot at actually next to me? Because he was like 20 feet in the air and she was trying to stab him with a spear.
Right.
I want to know basically if I can move away.
I see what you mean. Yeah, because of the distance, up that angle, I would say you're not within his, reach.
Then I would like to move here.
Okay. Okay.
Now, still, that might... Because that's a really weird angle. I don't know if it's going to provoke an attack from this guy or that guy. By moving directly between them like that.
I think you're alright.
Okay. Alright. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, it is their turn.
Excuse me.
So that guy over there is again going to see if he can do any damage to Vaughn.
No.
No, he cannot.
No. Scratch.
1 second, let me just look at one thing. Okay, then. So this guy here does something quite different.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So if you could, I think he gets you all, doesn't he? Yeah. So if you could all make a wisdom saving throw, please.
No, he's just targeting one.
Yeah?
On the description.
Oh, yeah, you're
targets
right.
one
Sorry,
creature.
Okay. Oops, my bad. He is going to, let's see, who would he? Actually, he's going to target Aelia, because he did see Aelia attack his friend. Oh, he's fine. Okay.
Get wrecked, I'm a cleric.
Put like a little crown. Can you put like a crown or something on him, or unless they all can do it? But...
They can all do it as often as they want.
Probably.
Well, there is a recharge, and yeah, so I just rolled to see if he recharged or not. Okay, so that's that guy. This guy here is going to try and bite and claw you. Aelia?
Mm-hmm.
So that's, okay,
First
so
one hits.
The bite hits. Okay. So that's 4. Ignore the other 4 because that was just if he had advantage. So it does 4 piercing damage.
Roger that.
this guy here is going for a bite versus Valia. Is that a hit? Or
Yes, just hit.
okay, let me do this separately so it doesn't get so annoying. There's the bite damage. And then the claws also.
Oof.
So 10 damage total to you. This guy here with the dwarf getting in his face is gonna take that.
Yeah, I'm trying to interject myself between him and the bird.
He's gonna try and bite and claw you. I think the bite hits, right?
Nope. 20.
No?
Oh no,
20?
actually it would be 18 because I'm using a bow right now, so.
Oh, your shield, that's right. Okay.
Mhm.
Alright. So he misses. They're getting frustrated here. And this guy is going to try and hit you again, Kellisto. So a bite. Misses.
Nope.
And a claw.
Yep.
That looks like it's 9. And that all of them for now. Okay. So now Vorn. This annoying thing behind him needs punching. So he is going to try and punch. And I think maybe because the monkey is like hanging, he's used to things that are not like swinging around, right? So he tries to punch this monkey and whiffs, but he does get 2 fist attack. So he's going to try again and manages to nail the second fist. So he punches this monkey like a dumbbell, you know, like one of those hanging, and does some good damage to him. The monkey shrieks out in pain. Arokh is going to probably try and fly over here and work on this guy that's been hurting Kellisto. So he is going to try and bite. Ooh, let me shrink that down. Okay, he's going to try and bite. Wait, hang on. Does Arokh get multi-attack?
He does.
Okay, so he's going to try and bite him first. And that is successful. 5 damage to him, and then he tries to claw him as well.
Alright, you've already succeeded where Nerevar could not.
What?
I don't know how many times he's bitten and clawed and like rolled 5 or less.
Okay. So he does some damage to the one that's been hurting you, Kellisto. You see Arokh come up behind him and just kind of bites into his back and claws at him, rakes his claws across him, and Monkey is very unhappy about that. And Tobias, this is the tricky one for me, because I don't know what spells he's got. Oh, he's got Guiding Bolt. He uses that quite a bit, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So, hang on, I need to look at the range, though. Sorry, peeps. I've got to have a look at this. Oh, 120 feet. Wowzers. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's what he's going to do. So he's going to Guiding Bolt. He's going to go for this one over here, who is trying the shifty business with the psychic damage. So Guiding Bolt, and he misses. Does he? Yeah, does Guiding Bolt you have to make a ranged? Is that right?
He was adding in his charisma and his proficiency.
Yeah, ranged attack.
Okay. Oh, it's ranged. Wait, what?
It should be a wisdom, or it should be whatever his spell modifier is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his spell attack bonus is what it should be for that. But
yeah,
he still has a +5 with what he has set up right there. So even if it's a 6 or 7, it's not gonna.
He's got his spellcasting ability of charisma, so he's got a 5 plus. Ooh, hang on. Let me check this. Here, +2, and what did he get? Yeah, he still misses because he did have. Yeah, because he's got 3 his charisma plus his proficiency. That's not quite right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he just misses. So these Guiding Bolts streak past the monkey into the jungle.
Pew.
Pew, pew.
The spell that's supposed to make things easier to hit missed.
Okay, Aelia. Let me check that while you're deciding what to do.
Monkeys have probably got good dexterity.
I'm glad they're not attacking with their tails, too.
Kind of holding on with those at the moment. So.
I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the monkey I attacked earlier.
Okay.
Sacred Flame.
Does that hit?
Monkey that you attacked.
Oh, nice.
Target must succeed a dexterity saving throw.
15 against me.
Okay. He's going to give it a try. Dexterity. Boop.
He sure does. So does he take half damage, or?
No, it completely misses.
Oh.
Rude.
Rude indeed.
Because it's a cantrip.
Okay. So as that's a cantrip, right? That could be your bonus action. If you were...
Oh, right. Durr.
No. I think it's like... Wait, hang on. Vallen, keep me straight here. It's... if you're casting another spell, you can cast a cantrip as a bonus action. Is that right?
Actually, you're not supposed to cast any spells. You can cast one spell per round unless you take feats to add in extra spells.
You sure?
Yeah.
I thought cantrips could be bonus action.
Nope. Because they're considered casting a spell as well. And I mean, they can be used as a bonus action, but they can't be used in combination
I
with
see.
a spell. So you can't be like Magic Missile and Prestidigitation in the same round.
But you could spear attack and then Sacred Flame.
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay, I got it reversed. Sorry about that.
And then just for flavor, then I'm gonna spear it in the face.
Do eat. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, that hits.
You're pretty good with the spear.
Get speared in the face, monkey.
Monkey kebab.
Why do I double click on them? I don't know.
Because you double click all of the things.
I do double click all the things. Yeah.
How's the monkey looking?
Monkey is bleeding in several places. Monkey
not
is
good
not
then?
looking happy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to be like fatigued or anything yet, but he's taken some injuries for sure.
All right. Sweet.
Okay, Kellisto. Thornwhip.
Does 11 hit?
It doesn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Well, okay. I'm gonna initiate my flame blade because this thorn thing's not working.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, Valia.
Alright, as this monkey has pissed me off, I'm gonna rage, and I'm going to try to stab this stupid monkey in the head.
Okay.
There's a lot of head stabbing going on with the monkeys today.
Well, they got such nasty faces.
That.
It's not their fault. They've just got a bad charisma score.
Okay.
Stabby.
Then I can't reach him with my unarmed strike. Never mind. And that's it. I think, can I scoot here and stay within his range without getting hit? Okay, that way if they're doing melee, they're within my range to get a bonus.
Okay.
Got it.
That's it for me.
I moved over there just so I could get that.
Yeah, I wasn't raging at the time.
That's fine.
All right. Flippy, I kind of feel like he's probably going to, let me know if you disagree, Valia, but I think he's probably going to use his action to disengage and get the hell out of the way.
Yeah, hopefully I'll move him. He will get, like, in the middle of everybody. So see, now you can scoot closer.
And Ulfgar, it happens to be your turn, so you can just take a little jump to the right.
So, just jump to the left. I'm going to... Oh, gosh. Now that I make a mess.
If that's the reason you're not doing
trying to figure out the best way to do this. Yeah, I'll do it. All right. So I'm gonna take a step back, provoking an attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah, he's gonna try and bite you. Or well, probably be more likely a claw, right? On the way out.
Whatever.
Claw.
No.
He misses anyway.
Okay.
So.
And then I'm going to do the usual attack. And I will use Lehman's tiny hut. No, I will cast.
You're in a hut.
And I will roll it at a level 3.
Woo!
Woo woo woo! So it'll be Fus Roda. And he does. Come on, big bucks, no whammies. There you go. A possible total of 19 thunder damage with a DC 15 to take half damage.
Okay, they are gonna give that a try. First monkey succeeds. Second monkey fails. Alright, so this is the monkey that fails here, and it actually finishes him. So that
Finish
is
him.
one dead monkey.
The corpse gets flung into the air.
Yeah, I'll move him in a minute. And then this guy is taking half damage, right?
Correct. Oops.
He takes half damage. Damn it. And this guy gets kind of pushed this way.
Yep.
His body. His body.
Gets thrown over a rock. So I've got the bow in my hand still. I'm going to drop it and use my bonus action to draw out my sword and shield instead.
Do you have like the whole parchment and quill and stuff, and you're like, my sword is kind of like, sorry. All right. Yes. So you are armed and armored.
Correct.
All right. So back to the evil monkeys. This guy is giving up on trying to bite and claw. So instead,
You were so close, monkey.
he's gonna go for this instead.
Oh.
So let's see. But who? I think he's gonna try it on Vaughn because
Good luck, monkey.
I don't think. Hang on, let me look at their intelligence. Yeah, I don't think he quite understands that Vaughn is a construct. So let me look. Oh, but Vaughn is not immune to that kind of damage, though. So Vaughn needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Oh, he makes. Okay. Boo. Alright, so that's that monkey. This monkey here? I don't know, that bird looks awfully tempting.
Excuse me.
Delicious chicken.
Yeah, I mean, I think that
It'll give me something to heal. Go for it.
he sees this delicious, tasty treat wandering around.
11. I don't know if
Does
that
11 hit?
does.
Yeah, it just hits him.
Oh, is that his armor class?
Yep.
Doggone it. All those tippy taps, you'd think he'd be more agile.
Oh!
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh.
I think it's safe to say that Flippy is unconscious again.
Shit.
Oh, so he only did
See,
4 with
monkey's
the bite.
licking his lips. Like, oh, tasty,
Gotcha.
tasty, tasty bird. This one is going to attack you, Aelia, again.
Doggone it.
That
bird is going to eat up all my bonus
Ooh.
actions this battle.
I hit.
Oof.
Alright.
Oh, I'm sorry. He critical hits you with the claws.
Oh my gosh! What are you doing?
It's not me. It's roll 20. So yeah, 16 points from that turn.
Ow, Aelia is not looking too great after that.
Okay. This guy, Yeah, I think he still has to go after you, Valia. So a bite. I think that misses, right?
Yeah,
I need a cheat sheet for you guys' AC.
I put mine on my character stat thing in the blue
Oh, yeah.
bar.
Oh, thank you very much. So
yeah, the claw just hits.
okay, 6 points of damage. This guy's gonna move in probably
I mean,
like
I'd be a bit angry if somebody shoved a javelin in my face.
and he's going to attack you, Ulfgar. Aha! Ha ha!
Yeah. Caught me while I was getting my shield out.
The claw misses though.
Good.
Okay. That's their turn. Born is going to see if he can finish this guy over here. The double punch. Punch number 1 hits. And punch number 2 misses.
Shield.
So he doesn't quite finish him. This monkey is looking... The monkey is looking fairly well pummeled. Yeah, sorry. I keep forgetting my zeros. Anyway. Arokh is going to fly over here and try and finish this guy. No breath weapon, that would be bad.
Well, he knows that Vorn is immune to poison. I don't know if he has that as one of the options.
He can do a line, doesn't he? He can do a line.
Yep.
There's Vorn? Okay, yeah. Does he have... Wait, can he do...
Actually, he could do something like this. And just get the 2.
I can't see what you're saying. Hang on. I've got too much shizzle whizzle open. What did you...
Like this.
Oh.
And do like a line attack that way and try and get a couple. And imagine if he went this close, it would be a little too close. He'd probably hit him. But
alright, let's see. Exhales a cone or a line of magical energy, gaining... no, he doesn't have poison though, so he gets acid, cold, lightning, or fire. So maybe that's a bad idea. Hang on. Yeah, that's a bad idea. Okay, he's just gonna attack the dude.
okay,
With this.
get him Arokh.
He does 3 with his bite.
Nice. Holy cow!
These monkeys taste bad.
You just keep rolling for Arokh, and we'll be
Am I
alright.
Is that the same thing that I rolled last time?
No, it's 2 less, but it's still good.
Okay. I was just wondering if the macro was broken. But...
Last time you rolled 21 twice. This time it's 22 twice.
Okay. So this monkey is like on his last legs. This dude here is
Hurting.
looks like one good slap and he'd be dead. That's Arokh's turn, and Tobias is gonna try guiding bolt on this guy here. Sees him being so rude to Flippy. And he's gonna guiding bolt and misses again.
Guiding bolt.
No.
Yep, okay.
Oh, he rolled a 5. Okay. Oh, you know what? No, because that should be 2 plus 5 instead of 2 plus 3. So he just hit. Okay. Whew.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got his proficiency bonus in there instead of his spell attack. So that's why he's got a 3 instead of a 5.
Okay.
So he shot with a 12, which is the AC. So this one takes a bolt to the face. Okay. Aelia. Sorry, Aelia.
Alright.
So he hit that guy and it's still alive, yes?
He hit this guy who had not previously been hit.
Okay. Guiding bolt has a secondary effect for anybody attacking that guy.
Oh, does it give advantage? Or-
I believe it does. I'm looking it up right now, so.
Yeah, the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage.
There you go.
Thanks to the mystical dim light glittering. So he's become like this monkey. I mean, this would just be insulting to the monkey, right? He now looks like, what's his name, Robert Pattinson in. Monkey's like, what the fuck?
Distractingly easy to see.
Yes. Not quite what the monkey had in mind. He was going for like, dark and evil, and instead ends up muted, glimmering, guiding bolt.
Okay, so Aelia is going to reach out toward this monkey.
Monkey.
Wait. Is that how I ping? How do I ping?
Hold the button down. You have to have your pointer chosen, though. There you go.
And she is going to reach out and path to the grave it.
Oh.
Oh, it's cursed.
This way to the grave, this way.
Exactly. As an action, you choose a creature you can see within 30 feet, cursing it until the end of your turn. The next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all attack damage.
Oh, gosh.
Nice.
And then the curse ends. And then she's going to turn around and try to Sacred Flame slap on the face monkey behind me.
Okay.
Hit.
He needs a dex save, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't.
Yes.
He can just take the hit if he can choose to do so.
Oh, yeah, please. Dang it. All right.
I got it.
Sorry.
I will admit that Kashcah's been rolling pretty good today for NPCs and for
It always
mobs.
just feels so wrong when you say rolling because there's no rolling involved.
Clicking.
I'm also, taking a risk myself because these are clearly monkeys.
Yeah.
They are like the symbol of dexterity.
Yes. I was just thinking. Okay.
So that was my turn.
Very cool. Kellisto.
All right, I'm gonna move over here
Okay.
and attack this monkey. No, how far off the ground is he?
So they started at like 15, 20 feet, but they do need to kind of like, when they attack you, they become a bit lower, right? Because they're
Well, I guess
used
the
to be-
question is, can I hit him with my flame blade from where he's at, or do I have to resort to the thorn whip?
no, I think because he's been in striking distance of Aelia, right? So and Flippy, those two. So they've had to kind of lower themselves in the tree a little bit to accomplish that. So that hits. Yep, and does 9. So that's on this guy here. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. There's a sizzling and smells like burnt hair as Kellisto's flame blade carves into the monkey next to Flippy and does some significant damage. Both of these monkeys now look like they're very close to death.
Yeah, as I did it, I'm like, leave the bird alone!
But it's so tasty. Wow,
like
vulnerability doubles the damage. Wowzers. Okay.
Likes the damage.
Valia?
Yeah, I'm like, thanks for keeping me enraged, so I'll attack that monkey again in front of me.
That hits. Okay.
So
that's
does
this guy.
12.
Double damage.
Yeah.
Yes, that guy.
Ow.
Dead monkey damage.
Not quite dead. He's only been hit like once, I think. Or, well, no.
Oh,
But
she's got more
he-
attacks to go.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, I still got 2. Okay, and I'm gonna attack him again.
That also hits. Lucky 13. And that finishes him.
Good, because I
32
can't
damage.
unarm attack these guys, which makes me really angry. But I can, however, move here or here
Like,
and
next!
just scream at this monkey. You're a jerk!
Okay. Flippy. I think again he'd probably disengage and.
He's out. Remember.
He's a bit down, unconscious.
Oh, that's right. Ulfgar is like, yep, sorry, has not gone.
Nope.
Okay. Yep. So Flippy does nothing. But now Ulfgar.
Yeah, which is fine. This actually means he stays out of trouble for a round, even though he's already down.
Oh, the two monsters go next.
That's true.
Flippy's down, and he's up. Then.
All right, so he'll cast Healing Word again on the bird. Let's level 1. Boop. For 7 points of healing, which I think is more than what Flippy has.
Yes. We really need to level Flippy up a little bit.
Well, we're trying to keep him involved in combat, but he can't stay awake long enough to do anything. And then I'll attack the monkey that's right there.
Okay.
Monkey attack. 11.
Misses.
Boo. And that's all I got.
Okay.
You get advantage being in range with me.
I rolled 11 twice.
Yeah, that doesn't help you.
I appreciate it, though. Right.
All right. So these guys, this guy over here is going to use his action to disengage and flee into the forest, into the jungle.
Get him. Get him.
So he's off. He's like, hang on, let me check the speed in the trees. Okay. So he's climbing up and away. So he's like over here. This guy's gonna turn around and attack Kellisto. And my cat, yep, is quite happy about that.
That does not hit.
Okay.
That I'm at 13, so that hits, right?
Yeah.
Yep, he has to meet it.
Boo.
He's trying to get one more swipe in before life exits his body.
Considering that he's kind of surrounded.
Yeah, he doesn't have much choice here. Then this guy, though, is also going to use... he's also kind of pinned, isn't he?
Disengage, but, you know.
Yeah, I think he just feels...
That's 3 attacks, 4 attacks. No, 3 attacks of opportunity. Flippy's unconscious.
No, Flippy's up. I healed him. I don't know that he could reach him, though, because he's prone.
He's just gonna, you see his eyes kind of darting around Aelia, and he seems to be kind of desperate at this point. There's a look of desperation on his little monkey face, or his big monkey face. But he seems to decide to stick around and instead lashes out once more towards you with a bite.
Boo.
So does that hit you, Aelia?
Yes, it does.
So he's doing 4, and then he's gonna claw and miss. Those 2 are dead. This guy is going to also use his action to disengage.
To meow. Oh. Meowing monkeys.
And he's gonna get the hell out of dodge as well. Let's see which way is he gonna go. He's going over here. So he ends up like there.
Okay.
Because they're moving up into the canopy and away from you at the same time.
Ooh.
Okay. Born is gonna try and finish this guy here. He's a kill thief, Kellisto.
Only if he hits.
Yeah. Oh, you missed.
Hey.
His first punch. Oh, he hits with the second one now. And this monkey gets... Yeah. There's a kind of sickening... His body is just... I can't click on the thing because it's too... Sorry, hang on.
Spunky understands your grief.
Oh no! Okay. So that guy is dead.
Mom, the monkeys are losing.
I know, it's tragic.
Considering he's Spunky Monkey.
Yeah.
That is bad.
Alright, Arokh is gonna try and finish this guy for you, Aelia. Sorry, he's also a kill thief.
Oh, that's fine by me.
He's gonna try and bite him, and he misses.
Ooh.
And he's gonna try and claw him, and he also misses, so he fails anyway.
Dang it.
What the heck?
Tobias, being Tobias, is gonna try and snipe this guy as he's running away with a guiding bolt. If I can find the thing to click on. Boop. Oh, he finally hits!
Yeah!
12! How
Nice.
much life does this guy have left? My turn order is in the way, I can't see.
Probably.
Oh, he has a little bit more.
Yeah.
Life than- Okay. Alright, Aelia.
What's the rules of disengagement? Does it cost me my bonus or my move or something?
It costs you your action. So you can disengage, move, and you still have your bonus action.
That is not what I wanted to hear.
Unless you're a rogue.
Unless you're a rogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
In which
Unless
case
you're
it's
a
a
rogue.
bonus action for you.
Well, did you know that I'm a rogue?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna spear the monkey next to me.
Okay. Finish him. Oh,
Nice.
yeah. You finish him very thoroughly.
Voltron stab.
Good and proper.
In true Matt Mercer style, I'm going to ask you, how would you like to do this?
Oh, wow.
Oh, this
Since
is
that monkey was so intent on disemboweling me, I think Aelia would like to return the favor, and she plunges her spear through his stomach and into the ground behind him,
Wowzers. Okay.
bringing him out of the tree at the same time.
Yeah. So there's now a monkey skewered, stuck on the ground. And you see for a second he clutches at the spear until life just leaves his body, and then he just hangs limply on the spear.
And then in her
And
not
the
quite
spear
berserker
you-
rage, but her rage nonetheless, she's going to take her bonus move action. And we're moving half because of the jungle, right?
If you're not stealthing, then you can have your full move.
Well, were you saying that the trees
And
on the
she
map are difficult?
she runs straight onto around the other side of the monkey and spins around on her heels and like pointing her spear up in the tree at it.
Okay. All right.
Yep, she can do that.
All right. Very good. The monkey is thoroughly intimidated. Callisto, you seem to be surrounded by dead monkeys.
Yeah.
All
Well,
they,
I was gonna go over after the monkey at the top, but I don't think I have to now. I might go towards the other one.
Okay.
all they wanted was a banana. They smelled dancing monkey fruit.
Of course, now I'll have to try my thorn whip again.
You confusing bananas with like Belgian sausages? By the looks of those teeth, I don't think they're vegetarian.
Yes, you finish him, and you thorn whip wraps around him and pulls him to the ground. And would you like to add any flavor to your finishing move?
So I just kind of like look at it. Like that's what happens when you mess with the bird. Turn around and back towards the other one.
Bird.
He's like our group mascot, you know?
Alright, Valia.
mean,
Join me.
I mean, he's pretty high up in the tree, right?
But you get advantage because he was hit by guiding bolt.
Is that the one that was hit by guiding bolt?
No.
I thought that
think
Nerevar
That was
that
bad
one.
boy.
it's
Oh
this one.
no! Never mind.
This one's all glittery and dead.
The one that's up
Alright.
there is the one that was futilely scratching at Vaughn.
Yeah, I can make it to him, but I will have to throw my javelin at him.
Ooh, okay.
That's a good throw. Natural 20.
Yeah, you're gonna finish him, so again, I'll just ask.
Right through his eyeball. No, just right through the back of his head or whatever.
Wow.
Okay. Brains are now adorning your javelin as this monkey collapses out of the tree. Just his little dead body. Well, not little. I keep thinking they're little, but they're not. They're like 5 foot tall, creepy monkey.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
5 foot
I
tall,
just-
creepy monkey body tumbles to the ground from the tree.
Yeah, I'm just like stupid monkeys, and I walk over and just pull my javelin out.
Aelia
Walk
trots
back.
up to Valia and offers her a symbol of her culture by holding her hand out in front of her and up in the air, palm facing outward. It's a high five.
I look at her, I'm like, I just hold my hand up in the air, but don't move. I'm just like, okay.
Aelia slaps her hand to Valia's.
I just,
Yeah,
like,
we did it.
I dodge. I kind of dodge, like, why are you hitting me?
I'll tell you about it some other time.
I just nod my head. Okay, I need to go tend to Flippy, and I run back.
Don't ever do that with Ulfgar. He'll never reach.
Oh, no high fives, Ulfgar? Okay.
You'd have to like mage hand up there.
Nah, she does a down low for you.
Oh, okay.
Alright, I'm gonna get rid of the turn order because we are all done with this.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. So when do the parents show up?
Oh. No, they had their surprise round. They're done.
So Ulfgar will expend one more spell. Level
Okay.
2 healing word on Aelia.
Thank you.
And, oops, level 2 submit. It's not going to be a ton, but it will be 6 points of healing. It's a bit of something.
Is anyone else going to be able to do Flippy? Otherwise, I will.
Flippy.
He's healed full.
He's healed full. He takes a level 1 spell and he's good.
I'm going to heal myself a little bit.
Okay.
Pardon me.
Right. Oh, what was it? Was it Control L? Was that what?
For what? That sounds like a shortcut. Trying to remember.
No, not Control L.
As the adrenaline wears off, Aelia, pain starts to come back in the scratches that still remain after the healing spell, and she just clutches it at them, wincing,
Okay.
Well,
Moving back. Oh, God.
but nothing too deep.
I suggest we take a short rest. Zoom in and go down here.
A short. I'm at like 14.
Well,
Take a long rest. Much better.
well, long rest is like overnight. We just take a half hour here, and and metagaming. We expend a whole bunch of hit die, and we're all right.
Yeah, I still don't understand how that works. So
So
We're all Wolverine.
yeah, pretty much. If we do that, basically, hit points represent, in kind of a way, stamina in some way. So if we're taking a short rest, we are primarily 5th level characters, minus Flippy and or Vorn. Each character can choose to expend 1 hit die at a time, which is equal to whatever your normal level up is. Like me being a bard, I have a 1d8. Add in your constitution modifier on top of that, and that's how much you would heal per hit die that you roll. And you can do that.
Oh, so I have 3, so I just did 4 hit die, so that means 3 times 4?
So you'd roll them individually, like 1d8, or 1d8 plus your constitution modifier. And then if you still want to expend more, then you do another one, and so on. But I have a special ability that I'll be using that will give everybody an extra 1d6. So...
Are we resting here? Because I don't want any more monkeys to come back.
Oh, it's fine. They're not going to come back to the dead area.
They might eat their own, you don't know.
Oh, wow. Everybody gets an extra 6 hit points.
Nice.
That was good. And then you can, roll up your other hit die as well, one at a time, expending them. If you're 5th level, you can only expend up to 5 before you need to take a long rest to heal any more from using hit dice.
All right, so I did my 3 plus your 1, so I'm fully healed now.
Cool. The only thing we don't regain potentially is spells, depending on your class and your abilities and stuff.
I used all cantrips, right? So I still haven't technically used any spells.
I think you used Flame Blade.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, and the healing.
I guess while we're taking a rest, I have pieces of leather that we picked up from camping and killing things. I'm just like, you see me over there doing some leather working. That's part of my trade. I'm doing it, and you don't know what I'm just like. I'm like, okay, Flippy, we have to do something about this. I'm just like you see me over there measuring them and fitting these pieces and putting them together, and making Flippy some armor.
That's very cute.
I totally approve.
Yeah, me too. It's going to take you a little bit, don't get me wrong, but if you keep at this, Flippy will end up with some.
It's like leather. It's like lizard skins and small furry creatures that we've been killing, and like some of the bigger ones, and like monkey furs. It's just going to be all like Frankenstein together, and I have to like fit it around his wings so his wings come through. So yeah, it's going to take quite a while.
So yeah, you can take a short rest, uninterrupted. There seem to have, if there were any more monkeys, they are deciding not to mess with you guys, that's for sure. So watching their little squad get slaughtered, they're not into that. Yep, you can take a short rest, and then if you get back on the road, Shield.
It's like a bad Thunderdome. 8 monkeys enter, no monkeys leave.
It's not what they
tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Okay. Oh, maybe it's because I wasn't on. Hang on. I'll try on here. Sorry. Nope. Okay. That's fine. What I was. Maybe this? No? Alright, so you do a couple more hours of walking down, keeping the river kind of in your entrance, and okay. You see, like, as you're kind of walking along the riverbank, there's a bit of a turn, I think. And then you can see on that turn buildings, and they kind of seem like overgrown by the jungle, as many have been. But it does seem like there's a kind of little tributary that is not on your map that cuts in front of these buildings. So it's just kind of, it's not a full-grown river, but it is, a little kind of body of water, little not quite a stream, but also it's somewhere in between like a stream and a river.
A brook.
So, a brook. Well, maybe a bit bigger than a brook.
Large
I
stream.
feel like it goes brook, stream, river. I don't know. So somewhere in between a stream and a river, and it is in between you and these buildings.
A striver.
A striver.
Oh, you mean a creek?
Hey.
Yeah. Creek. That is fantastic. Yes, a creek is in between you and the buildings. And as you grow closer, you can see, I will read you the description. A fantastic edifice rises up out of the jungle, a hanging garden of exotic beauty. Water streams down the steps between two massive elephant carvings. Beyond them, a broad, flooded avenue runs arrow straight for more than 100 feet before ending at a carving of a tyrannosaur's face. Water pours from the tyrannosaur's jaws and flows the length of the concourse to drain down the steps in front of you. 5-foot-high terraces flank the boulevard. Low archways, 3 on each side, are built into the terrace wall. These archways are in various stages of collapse, as are the tunnels beyond them. Beautifully carved, larger-than-life stone faces are mounted between the arches. A wild profusion of plants grows on the upper terraces, and multicolored parrots and canaries flit and sing among them. To the north, a dilapidated brick dome rises above the Tyrannosaur head waterspout, and smaller bell-shaped domes surmount the highest terraces on your left and right. So that's... You also, I think, before you even kind of see this site, you get this incredible, like usually the jungle smells of, like damp, wood and foliage. But before you see like this, before you see this site, you actually kind of get this waft of floral scent that just kind of pours over you as well. So
I look around for dragon bait.
For once, the jungle actually smells nice. And I'm going to move you over to the map, and we're going to see if you can see it. Because I messed around with some of the settings, and I'm hoping that I got them right. But skeptical of my... So is it just black?
Hold on.
The black void.
I've got
damn it.
Zoom out. Save chance.
Hang on. Let me try really quick with... Well, let me try with your token.
No, it's not black for me. I've got black at the top. I really had to zoom out.
Yeah, where there are walls, it's black.
Yeah, so I've Yay!
I got the settings right.
You got the settings right. Well done. I know how challenging this is to do. Cool.
So I'm trying to use Fancy Pants dynamic lighting on this map to keep it a little bit like more mysterious. So
does everybody else have like blacked out areas of the map then?
Yeah, I did what you mentioned and zoomed way out.
Okay.
So you should see yourselves all down at the bottom here, hopefully.
Yeah, down here. Oops.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
That's very stylish.
And you should see, the 2 elephant statues that I described are here. Oof.
Oh, yeah.
And here. Although my frame rate is being eaten alive by this dynamic lighting. And there's the steps where the water is kind of pouring down. And then...
And then up here is the Tyrannosaur?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Tyrannosaur mouth spout thingy.
Oh, this is the Tyrannosaur right there. Gotcha. Okay. Are these like just a bunch of tree stumps, or is this like they removed the tops of the trees so we could see what's underneath?
No, those are actually tree stumps.
Huh.
You do see like full trees as well, but those particular ones are stumps.
What's all this stuff?
That looks like webbing.
It does look like webbing.
I don't know which way I vote not to go.
I also see some friends in the creek. I don't know if we're supposed to see those friends.
Yes, you do see those friends in the creek.
Great. Maybe.
So the creek is kind of teeming with life then.
Yeah.
That's a really big creek.
That's not too bad.
Well, it's like, 10, 15 feet across, maybe? Like at the short parts here?
Might not be that deep.
10, 15 feet across.
Yeah, that's creekish. I have a creek out from my parents' place, and it's certainly more than 30 feet.
I think that we could have a few people in the party just, convince these crocodilators to let us ride on their shoulders across the water.
You're welcome to join me walk across the water.
Wait.
That's how I plan to get over.
What? What?
Remember, I can walk across water.
Oh, yeah? Does that apply to more than you?
It applies to up to 10 willing creatures.
Right. I am a fan of this plan. Does it look like we'd be able to scale the cliff on the other side? The edge on the other side of the creek easily, or is
like
it
going up the step?
Like this area along here?
I'd say probably not, because that's kind of that's a fair, like, I'm not easily scaled. It's 10 feet up to that, and that isn't there is. And if you went for like an area with roots, maybe you could, do a climb check.
Mm-hmm. So if we walk across the water and try climbing up, we could become snacks for these little guys in the water too. Or they might be inclined to think we're snacks.
Can I make a perception check to kind of gauge how fast the water is flowing down the steps?
Yeah, sure.
And see if it was like something we could tackle terrestrially?
Yeah, this, you do see... Oh, whoops, I've still got my measurement tool selected. Can it do it? This is 5 feet different between, like, this ledge up here and the water here. That's 5 feet higher, the ledges than the water. So those steps are going kind of up 5 feet, and then there's... see how fast it's flowing. It's it's got a fair pace to it. It's not like rushing, right? It's more kind of a consistent flow.
Right.
And it doesn't look well, okay, with an 8 I will say consistent flow.
Alright. Damn, I nearly got extra information. Alright, so I'm gonna relay that to the party and tell them, well, it doesn't actually look so bad if we try and scale the watery steps.
I guess I'll go to the edge and I'll use we had a long rest before, so I'll use it to speak with animals. And I'll try to kind of shout out to one of the creatures in the water. And, ask them, hey, are you guys the only thing that lives around here?
One of them shouts back, the jungle is full of life.
The circle of life.
Of course not. Of course there is other life, they say.
Like, would you guys mind helping us across? We have important business.
Hang on 1 second. I need a Crocagator's stats.
I think that crocodile is in there.
No,
Yeah, crocodile or giant crocodile.
Just never you mind, mister.
the kind that throws webs, right?
Because maybe there's jungle crocodiles that I have the stats for. And you
Oh
don't.
crap! Not jungle crocodiles. No.
Well, if I use my ruler, they're about 15 feet long.
So hang on, let me just do one more little thing here. Before he answers you. That is ridiculous. He says, you asked him if they would help you across, is that?
Yeah.
Okay. He says, of course.
Yes, but don't eat my friends. It won't end well. They're not very tasty.
Pardon me.
Especially the little one over there, and I point to Ulfgar, like, he is very not tasty.
The crocodile is currently eyeing up Ulfgar.
And I say, Vorn, come stand over here next to me. And I told them, I'm like,
There we go.
if you let us cross peacefully without any harm, if I find things in here, I'll bring them food. I will bring them to you.
Can I vote for Arokh just taking me over?
I'm kind of a fan of this too.
Don't even want water walk anymore. Want to be above the water.
Yep.
There we go. We have crocodiles.
And I can turn into a crocodile. I still don't want to go in there.
Alright, so who's doing what? Oh, and let me move Vaughn over to you. So you asked Vaughn to come over by you guys, right? So
Yeah.
he comes and stands there.
How deep is the water? Did we say that?
How deep is your love? So this... Well, make a perception check, actually.
2 centimeters.
Okay. You think the stuff that's coming down the steps is only about a foot deep. The stuff that's in the creek is a little deeper, but still, you still think you could like wade across it. Probably come up to your like waist-ish, but
Well, I was thinking maybe Vorn could walk himself across with, 1 or 2 people on his shoulders. Or even like be next to me as I'm walking across the water.
Maybe Vorn could get Aelia across and up on the ledge.
Tobias says, I'm flying on Arokh.
Can you send him back?
Arokh says, could give some of you a lift if you want.
Yes, please.
I just told Vorn to grab Flippy and help Flippy across.
Okay.
I guess once again, I'm the puzzle.
Well, we could try walking across the water. I just don't trust that they can, not grab us.
I can. I think I can outrun these crocs if you give me the ability to
All right.
cross the water.
Well, let's do it then. I'm looking at the map, and I think, I suppose we can go up in the middle. We should probably start, though, at as close as we can get. Starting at the tip of this island versus, all the way across the big expanse part.
I thought we didn't want to go near the big web area.
Oh, no, I guess I was thinking...
Yeah, that's where I was thinking.
Oh, and then trying to go up the
Of
water
course,
here.
yeah, we still have to go by that one alligator, though. Could go further down.
I'm just gonna walk to the edge over here and start
Excuse me.
stepping in.
Okay.
Where do we
Are
want
you
to
actually
end?
walking
Where do we want
in the
to end
water
up?
or on top of it?
Yeah, I can walk in the water. I mean, I swim fast and I'm fine in the water.
Each
Alright.
turn in a combat situation is like a couple of seconds, right?
It's like 6 seconds. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. So I can cross 40 feet in 6 seconds.
Okay. Well, let's do this then.
Where are we meeting on the other side?
I think we should try and meet, and I point across to here.
Yeah.
We have to climb up that embankment. The best areas are going to be probably like here, this area where there's looks like steps. And I said no offense, but you don't look like you might be able to scale that 5-foot wall.
Well, it's the best option we've got.
I will wait for Arokh to take me across, but I will otherwise wait for Aelia to also get up on the other side of the ledge first, while having my short bow out, just in case.
Well, you
I'm
can
sure
Rocks.
we could
having all this
probably.
discussion, this croc is going to kind of... He sees you guys gathering, and he's kind of moving over.
Yeah, I've already stepped in the water. I walked in.
All right.
We can make it up to those stairs. That's no problem.
Okay, I'm going to run past Kellisto and like heave her onto my back as I run past and
Even
try
better.
and make the sprint.
Okay. So, Valia, are you waiting for the others to...
No, I went ahead and went in.
But are you you're just moving, like trucking across the water?
Yeah, I just stepped in, trying to, if anything, trying to get their attention before the other ones start crossing, and I'll tell Vorn to follow them with carrying Flippy.
I'm just kind of watching to see if anybody's going to get attacked by the crocodile / alligator, the reptile amphibian,
Yeah.
the jungle, the gators. There you go.
Tobias and Arokh are going to kind of move up as well. Let's see, you guys can hang out under that tree a little bit.
So we're already
Vorn
making our move.
Come stand here. Okay.
I'm gonna kind of see how I've gone from here, and then I'm going to here,
Grabbing
and there. So I'm
Kellisto
making
on
like and then so I'm making like that curve.
Okay. Alright.
To get around to here before I try and scale.
Okay. So, I think Kellisto make like, you could either choose like athletics or acrobatics. I think to grab on, to Aelia as she's scooting past. Okay. So that I think is fine. And then Aelia, I need you to make an athletics check to jump from the creek bed up to, up the steps in this area here.
Sorry, I kind of just lost my acrobatics. There you go. Ooh.
Okay. So, on that note, I think we will actually stop right there.
Oh.
And I will tell you next week. Oh no, actually 2 weeks from now, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll be moving.
Whether that is successful.
Oh no!
Whether you both end up the steps or in the drink or in a crocodile's belly, we shall have to wait and find out.
I need to
You're
level
evil.
up so I can fly.
Jeez.
Meanwhile, this is going to be a permanent problem as long as I'm in the party.
Not once I can fly.
All we need to do is turn me into a Pegator.
Pegator?
A Pegasus Centaur.
Oh gosh. I thought you were meaning a Pegator, not a Pegator.
Sorry, my accent.
No, it's fine. I'm like, why would you want to be a Pegator? I'm just picturing this. No. All right. So for those that are watching, as Kashcah had mentioned, her and I will be moving, like physically. We're moving to a new house. So there won't be a show next weekend, as we actually won't be having internet at that time. But there should be the weekend after. We'll double check to make sure everybody's available for that time. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. Thank you, viewers, and thank you, players, for coming one round.
Thanks everyone.
And we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.